Today, we're going to take a look at more options when it comes to sharing files from your Google Drive. We're going to look at how to force a copy of a document. This means that if you're sharing a document with someone else, you don't want them to be able to edit your document, but you want them to make their own copy of it so they can edit. I'll show you a way that it'll automatically do this for your students instead of them having to open up and create their own copy. And then we're going to look at a couple different ways to share Google Slides. So let's start with that document to force a copy. So here's a document that I might want to share with my colleagues or students. I'm going to come up here and click share, and I'm going to get a copy of this link of the URL to this document. I've got it so it's shared anyone with link. It could also be anyone in Flagler schools. Then what you're going to do is make one minor change to the URL. So here, this is the link to the document. Take this word edit, highlight it, and change the word edit to copy. What this is going to do, now when I click on it, you'll see that it'll come up and force me to go ahead and make my own copy that'll be stored in my student drive or my Google Drive as the student. So that's how you would share a document being forcing a copy. So this way you could share this link with students via Schoology and it'll have them create their own document. Now the next thing we want to take a look at is kind of similar to this. It's going to be how to take a Google Slides presentation we don't want to really share it this way in working order where you see all the slides on this side. I'd much rather share it in a cleaner format, such as this is that same slides presentation. This is a clean format, meaning that it's showing to you in the preview mode. So let me show you how I do this. So I'm going to come back here to this presentation. I'll copy this link. And then I'm going to change the word edit in that URL to the word preview. And you'll notice when I change it to preview, it comes up, and this time it's going to be shared just like this. So the students could click through it and can view it kind of how they would if you were presenting on the board to them. When I like sharing documents that I've done in Google Slides that I want the people to really just see the finished product, almost like an ebook, I prefer to share it to people using that preview mode. So that's just a couple ways that you could share that document. One last tip I want to share with you is sometimes you may want to share a Google Slides presentation and you want it to kind of auto advance and maybe even loop if you were presenting it while people were coming in. To do this, you're actually going to publish it to the web. So come here and go File, come down here where it says Publish to Web, and it'll come up and you'll notice it's going to create a link for us. You can set how quickly you want it to go to the next slide. Let's say we wanted it to do every 5 seconds, auto advance. We would start it as soon as the player loads, and then you could check here if you want it to restart again after the last slide. So what that'll do is it'll just continuously loop through your slides. You would go ahead and click publish. You're going to go ahead, it's going to give you a website, and this is the link that you would then copy, share. You can even embed it in a Schoology page. You can embed it on a website, but let me go ahead and show you what this would look like. So you'll see this one's been published. It'll take just a second, but it's going to go ahead and come up and it'll auto advance without the person doing anything. They could also click through it, but it would kind of loop through. So that's a couple different ways that you can share documents straight from your Google Drive.